Okay, so as you've just seen, there is going to be a new Mario game for mobile devices called Super Mario Run, and it looks pretty good. The gameplay showed us a lot. It looks like it's going to be an endless runner, and apparently all you have to do is tap to jump, and the longer you tap, the higher Mario jumps, kind of like the new Super Mario Bros games or any 2D Mario game, I guess. And from what I heard in the Apple keynote, because that's where this was revealed, you have to get as many coins as possible and still reach the flagpole within the time limit. So even though it's like an endless runner kind of thing, I guess there's kind of an end. Like kind of like how Sonic Runners kind of had the score thing and the level systems or whatever. And on top of that, there's some kind of multiplayer mode called Toad Rally, where you can race against friends, and apparently in this mode there's no flagpole, it's just a time limit, and you have to get as many coins as possible and pull off some tricky jumps to impress Toads and win individual challenges. So they're not really giving us too much info, but it looks like it's gonna be pretty successful, to be honest. And I mean, people have been asking for a mobile Mario game for a while, so I mean, this is definitely gonna help Nintendo with what they're doing right now and help promote their brand, honestly, and it'll be definitely really fun to try this out. But even though they said all you had to do was tap the screen, I can't help but notice that in the gameplay footage, I saw Mario wall jumping, so I don't know how they're going to implement that. I also saw him spinning in the air, or twirling or whatever, so there's definitely some different mechanics in there. Maybe it's all just about tapping the screen. I don't know how they're going to work it in, but I guess when it comes out in December, we'll be able to figure it out. Now, it's only coming out on iOS in December. That's the thing. For Android, they basically said, we do intend to release the game on Android devices at some point in the future, which is a bit upsetting because I do have an Android device now. I'm gonna have to bust out my old iPhone 5 to play this. Hopefully it will run on the iPhone 5, I don't even know, because I mean the video footage for the gameplay looks really high res, so this is actually the highest res you're gonna be able to play this kind of like Mario game, because if you don't already know, New Super Mario Bros. U ran at 720p 60 on the Wii U. And I mean, the iPhone 6 Plus is 1080p, so it's definitely going to be crisper. And maybe the reason why they're not bringing it to Android straight away is because of compatibility issues. But once it finally does get to Android, I mean, my Android phone is 1440p, 2560 by 1440. So once it does get to Android, I'm hoping it'll run at native res and look really nice and crisp. Because usually when you play like 3D Mario, either playing on the Wii U, which is not too high res, or you're playing on the 3DS, which is definitely not high res. So it's like, it'll be nice to see how crisp this is gonna look, honestly. But I do have a few concerns. I mean, they're not major concerns. One of them is a major concern and the other one is just a minor thing. For starters, I noticed that the gameplay is in portrait, and it's like, I don't know if it's one of those games where you can easily switch between portrait and landscape, kind of like Sonic Dash 2 Sonic Boom, but I really would like to see a widescreen version of this, or maybe they'll announce it, maybe you'll be able to tilt your phone and then play it in widescreen, because when I look at the game, I think to myself, this would work a lot better in widescreen. Like, you can play it with one hand because you're just tapping the screen. Sonic Runners is widescreen, not to quote Sonic Runners because obviously it didn't do well, but still, I think the widescreen aspect was done well. And I just feel like it could fit really well on widescreen. Like, it didn't need to be portrait. I mean, there's a few wall jumping sections in the gameplay footage that take advantage of the portrait space, but I really feel like it'd be a lot more immersive to play this in widescreen. It's not like, you know, Sonic Dash or Temple Run where you're going forward. It's like you're going towards the right, and that's where having the extra width would really be really cool. So hopefully they add that to the game. But if it's on Android, there'll actually be ways to actually force it to run in widescreen. So eventually, once they decide to finish their exclusivity deal with Apple, then we'll get it on Android, we'll be able to test that out. But until then, I guess it's going to be in portrait unless they announce otherwise. The other thing that is interesting is the payment system. Now, from what we've heard, it's basically going to be a paid app. So it's not free to play. You're going to pay up a certain amount of money for it and then get access to whatever's in the game. I don't know if there's still going to be in-app purchases after that. I think there will be, but I'm assuming if you pay for the app up front, you're not going to be bombarded with shit, you know, like a certain other app that I once knew. But I wonder how that's going to fare for Nintendo. Because, I mean, me personally, I'll pay for the app. I already said it before, Sonic Runners. If it was a fixed price and then you could just unlock things without paying money in the game, I would have preferred that. I have no issue with that. But I guess if they want to reach as much people as possible, it would make sense for it to be free, I guess. I hear that they're doing some kind of free at first thing, and then eventually if you like it, then you pay for it or something like that. I'm not sure if that's true, but that's what I'm hearing. So I'm just bringing it up. But it'll be interesting to see how their sales are going to do if they really do have this whole pay thing going on. I mean, to put things into perspective, Sonic Dash, which is a free game on Android, has got over 100 million downloads based off the Android sales, so not including iOS. Whereas Sonic 2, which has been ported to Android, so the classic Sonic 2, you know Sonic 2, that's a paid app, and that's only got between 100,000 and 500,000 downloads, so not even 500,000 downloads, compared to Sonic Dash, which has got over 100 million downloads. So if they do make it paid, I don't know how that's gonna affect their sales. Maybe it might hurt their sales a bit, who knows. But if they do the whole free thing at first and then later on, then you pay, then that might help it a bit. But if they like prevent you from playing the game after like maybe 10 days because you haven't paid for it, then I don't know how that's gonna help them, honestly. Maybe they'll have like 2 different ways to play. You pay for it and it removes ads, and then you have it the free way and it has ads in it and in-app purchase, I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this. It looks pretty cool. I'm excited to try it out, and let me know what you guys have to say about this game. But yeah, Remy out.